My name is Heather Hawkins, and I am the wife of your worship leader, Darren. We've been married for 8 years. I was asked to share part of my faith journey. It's a very difficult thing to talk about, but it does have, I guess, a happy ending. When I was in my early 20s, I got married. Not long after, I found out I was pregnant. Had expected to happen so soon, but I was really excited because I'd always wanted to be a mommy. Shortly after I found out I was pregnant, I lost that baby. Was devastated. I didn't understand why, and you ask those kinds of questions. Why didn't God save my baby? I knew He could. In my heart, I knew He could do anything because nothing is impossible for Him. We continued to move forward, and a year later, I was pregnant again. And shortly after I found I was pregnant, I lost that baby. And that was probably the deepest, darkest period of my faith journey. I guess I was very angry, and I remember telling God I was angry with Him. So I would pray, but I would pray, I'm really angry at you. You didn't answer my prayer. We've been through this once. Why are we doing it again? And so fast forward through many years and ups and downs, and I met Darren, and we got married. It was my opportunity to help him parent and to love on 2 little girls, but I still longed to have a child with him. We found out a few years after we were married that we were pregnant. We got to see our baby and hear his heartbeat, and we were just feeling really blessed. And then at the end of our first trimester, the baby stopped growing, and we lost it. At that point, it was really difficult to discern what God was trying to teach us, what He wanted from us. I knew that He was working, even in my sadness, even in my grief. I knew that He wanted us to learn something and grow in some way. And so we talked about how far we wanted to pursue that medically. We then started talking about adoption and what that would look like for our family and what avenue we wanted to take with that. And eventually, our hearts landed on foster to adopt. It took us a couple years to get licensed, but eventually we got our license, and 6 to 9 months after we got our license, we were pleasantly surprised, a little taken aback, when we received a phone call that, hey, here's a little girl, do you want to meet her? She could be yours. In 20 years, I never doubted that God was hearing me. I have learned that God answers prayers in His own way, in His own time. I have learned that His plans and His ways are perfect, even when they don't make sense on this side of heaven. Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future.
Nice smile.